and Happy New Year. I am at the Toronto Pearson Airport on my way to Medellin, Colombia. I have a few days off and I decided why not try and use my standby benefits and go home. So I got a boarding pass for one of my flights. This trip is one flight out of two, so now I have to get to Fort Lauderdale and hope to get a seat to Medellin. Sometimes it can be a little bit chaotic because there's no seats, but I asked and there's some seats left, so we shall see. Okay, I made it. I made my first flight out of two. I have to tell y'all what happened. Anyway, I'm on board. I even got a nice little upgrade. It was a shit show. I almost didn't make it. Not because they didn't have seats. They had plenty of seats on this flight, so it was good. But because I forgot something at home. I will let you guys know what it was later. And I had a friend literally take the express route and drop it off, and she made it just in time. So I almost didn't make it. Okay, so my first flight was great. It went really well. I got on. I kind of knew I was gonna get on anyway. I am now waiting for my second and last flight to Medellin, Colombia. I'm in Fort Lauderdale right now. I got my boarding pass right here, but they have 20 open seats, 14 people listed on standby. Again, I did my check-in earlier than most people, so I am number 9 and I have some people below me. It's not looking so bad. I think my chances are not that bad. Oh my god, this right here. Hopefully I get on, guys. Hopefully. Let the waiting games begin. I made it, guys. I got on the plane. I got a seat to Medellin. Good morning from Colombia. I'm on the floor because I don't have any other place to put my camera. Anyway, I made it. I made it home. Traveling standby is amazing when everything goes smooth, but it can also be very complex. Yes, I still have my pajamas on. I have not showered, but I'll shower in a bit. Like I was saying, traveling on standby can be very complex because sometimes things don't go in your favor or things don't go as planned, and it can be a little bit nerve-wracking. So I was this close of not even coming at all to Colombia because it has nothing to do with being on standby. It has to do with the fact that I am a Colombian citizen. I was born in this country, and in Colombia they're very strict when it comes to your Colombian documents. So I have my Canadian documents and I have my Colombian documents. I have an ID, we call it cédula, and I have my passport. Without my Colombian passport and my Colombian ID, there's a chance that I would be able to get into the country as a tourist with my Canadian passport, but I wouldn't be able to leave the country. And this goes out for anybody who was born in Colombia. If you are a citizen of any other country, you've been out of Colombia for 40+ years, that does not matter. If you were born in this country, in order to exit Colombia, you need to have those documents, your cédula and your passport from this country. You cannot exit. I wouldn't have been able to exit as a Canadian. Even if I begged them, they don't care. They will leave me here. And I can't stay here because I have to go back to work. So anyways, I was at the airport all happy, and then I realized, oh, I don't have my Colombian documents. Like, I don't have the documents to get me out of Colombia. So my friend, actually, God bless her, I love you so much if you're watching. Her and I were having a conversation at the time, and I was like, shoot, I have to go back home. I won't be able to make it to Colombia because I left my Colombia documents. And she was like, I'll bring them to you. And I was like, what? We don't have time. And I have already crossed US Customs. So in my head, I was like, okay, well, I can't get out and come back in. Like, they're gonna be like, what? Like, it's very complicated. And even when I did ask the ground agents, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna be able to travel. Like, I need to get out. They're like, okay, well, you have to be escorted. You have to wait. I'm like, so anyway, we kept going back and forth. She's like, I'll bring them to you. And I was like, no, it's okay. I'm gonna leave. And boarding was for 3:40 p.m. And this was, when I found out, it was like 2:30 p.m. And I live far from the airport, okay? And she kind of lives like 15 minutes away from me. So I was like, you won't make it, you won't have time. So she was like, ask the ground agent if I can hand them off to a ground agent that, you know, will have no issues crossing to the US and give the paperwork to you. And I was like, okay. So I asked, and he's like, yep. And they were like, yeah, if she is able to bring the documents, they could just give it to a ground agent outside. And the ground agent has to come regardless to the flight so they can give them to you. So y'all, I was like sweating. So she managed to get into my house. She grabbed the documents. She took the 407, okay, like the 407, which is a toll route, you have to pay for it. And she parked her car, ran to the gate agent. By the time she did all this, it was like 3:58 and our departure was 4:20. So the time was like this. I was sweating, and then the ground agent was like, did she hand them off yet? They're waiting for her. And I was like, she's running to the counter. And she made it. She handed them the paperwork, and the ground agent ran to the gate and handed them to me. So I was the last one to get on the plane, but I did it. I got on, thank God. I need to like get her a really nice gift or something. But yeah, thank God I was able to get on. But if you're traveling to Colombia and you were actually born in Colombia, but you haven't been in Colombia in 20 years, in 15 years, in 10 years, 5 years, it doesn't matter. You do need a Colombian passport and a cédula to leave Colombia. So like I said, I would have been able to get in the country, possibly, with my Canadian passport, but to leave the country, I would have had to report my documents lost or something and have done the process again in order for me to leave, because they do not let you leave. So yeah, it was something that I wasn't really thinking about because I don't carry my Colombian documents with me. I know y'all are probably like, well, you're a flight attendant, like you should have those documents. And yes, 100%, I am a flight attendant, but I only carry my Canadian documents when I travel, and I don't want to leave my Colombian documents in my bag because I'm afraid, because then I'm thinking, okay, well, what if someone takes my bag? You know? So anyway, learned my lesson. Also, I was in Colombia in November, and I did vlog a little bit, but I haven't had a chance to post it. I don't even know if it might be too late, but maybe I will, so stay tuned for that. We'll most likely post that video after this one. Anyways, y'all, that is the story. I'm gonna go ahead and hop in the shower. I have to get ready because I'm going out for the day. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click on the notification button. Mwah.